Thank you. Thank you very much. Any question?
Been honored before. Does this film have a special meaning for you? Did it take on a special meaning as you were doing it?
Yeah, it's always special, but I think this year I'm particularly happy for the movies that we're in, that's coming out. I feel very, not only honored, but it's a pleasure to be with those so-called smaller movies. You know, I read one title from a newspaper. They said Golden Globe this year, think small. I think just the opposite. Being small and the thoughts are big, I think. So this feels very special to me, this year's award. And also the movie is a very unique experience. I've been through quite a bit, but this is something quite unique. Just see how it plays.
Was the American West any part of your fantasy growing up or anything you thought about?
Well, I like the unknown place. I think the American West, true West, not Western movies, is a mystery to me. It's romantic. It's laconic. It's a place I hardly know, and I like to explore that. And it just happened that the story was written in the great Western literature. It just attracted me.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
This is a universal love story, but the reality is you got two gay men who are the main characters of the film. Can you talk a little bit about the cultural climate in the country that would embrace a film like this now, today, that maybe wouldn't have done so 10 years ago? Because I know everybody's saying, you know, there's a women love story, there's the straight story, but really, I mean, it is gay characters.
I think it's a strange time we live in now. I think I was talking about all the movie that comes out this year. This is what we felt 2 years ago, the filmmakers, and the culture finds them this year. So it's a strange thing. I think I learned a lot from what you're talking about the last 2 years. When I started making it, it may be scary, but it gets scarier and scarier, I think. But by the time it plays out, it's just proven that you can never categorize a region or place or stereotype them. I think by and large, people felt it's a universal thing. People fell for love. They want to know in every which way they can, detour or what have you, any unusual way to find about the mystery of love, to connect with each other and witness how it played in the Midwest. We were so dead wrong. We've got to give them more credit, I think.
Hey, when you were up there, you were oh, by the way, 恭喜发财, 新年快乐. When you were up there, you were talking about changing thinking. Do you feel like you've changed hearts and minds with this film?
I think so, because people want to. I think we called it. You know, I was receiving a film award, so I give a lot of credit to my fellow filmmakers. But I think the other half of the job is the audience. I think they're thirsty for such movies. Yeah. It's a very encouraging year for me. It warms my heart and gives me more faith to live on, actually. Not only as a filmmaker, but as a resident. Okay.
Brokeback Mountain, or would that have taken you in another direction? I mean, did the Hulk bring you to Brokeback Mountain?
I don't know. I never went back and checked on that. But after the Hulk, whether the result is good or bad, I was totally exhausted from the two big movies I did since Crouching Tiger. So I've read the script and the short story before I did the Hulk. It's been haunting me the whole time. So I barely survived from the Hulk, and I just want to make a movie to come back to life. If I sit at home, I'd be very depressed, and physically I feel quite ill. Somehow it's just weird on me. So this is like a salvation for me for some reason. I don't know how otherwise it would be. I think even if the Hulk is the biggest hit like Titanic, I will still make this movie, because if I don't, somebody else will, and I'd be very jealous. This story is too good to let go.
Mr. Lee, congratulations.
Thank you.
Ask you, is it not a bit of a slight to real life gay love stories to say it's the same as a straight love story? Because if we as gay men walk down the street, you know, we're made fun of and we're attacked and we're gay bashed like Matthew Shepard in the worst instances. So, and straight people don't know what that's like. So are we not somehow getting slighted by saying it's a universal story?
I think so. I feel it's unfair. People keep asking me, this is controversial. Nobody asked me, would the gay community like it? What do they think? Which is a big spectrum from very right to very left. Just because they're gay doesn't mean they all think alike. There's a lot of opinion, but nobody asked me. Unless I go to a gay and lesbian film festival, people ask me questions. So it is being unfair. But I think the gay communities, they're part of human experiences. I think that's what this is. I think a lot of them share the experience with that. I think that's what's so nice about making this movie. And whether we disagree or agree with the movie, we embrace it or being provoked, any which way. I think it's open for discussion, and I think it's a good step forward for me.
This is the last of a long list of awards that this movie has been receiving. But have you had any negative reaction to it? Have you had any hate mail or anything like that?
Oh yeah, from very right to very left.
Can you talk a little about that and the tone of the reaction?
Well, this is a free country. People express whatever they want to express, and no movie can please everyone. And my only guidance is the short story. I just want to do justice to it and be faithful to the characters as much as I can, and do it as a love story. The sex scene is one way to propel the story. I think it's important, but no more than catalyst. So I pretty much do the tone, not only the subject matter, but I deal with two traditional and very powerful genres. One is a love story, and the other is the Western, because it overlaps with our environment. So it's a constant tightrope. I do it from my heart. From every judgment I made, I think I do for the best of the movie, and it plays out in many ways. And I expect a lot of comments from every direction. But I think the majorities, the receptions, being very warm to my heart, it did better than I expected.
Last question, please. Last question.
Do you view this film as a milestone for not only gay cinema, but for cinema in general, as others do?
Well, we'll see how it plays out. If it's popular, I think so. But that's not why I make the movie, or I think it is. I think I just take it matter-of-factly. That's my attitude. And do a dramatic love story in the Western environment. That's all I can say. And I think whether it's milestone or not, it's really the cultural phenomenon. That's not really for me to say. No. I just do flow with the wave, and until this is settled a little bit, and I think about the next. I have a few things I'm brooding. It's not mature to talk about it yet. But thank you for your asking.
Thank you.
Thank you.